Have you or one of your loved ones been afflicted by a social media outage?
When the Facebooks went down, I didn't know what to be mad at. It was like I had to think for myself.
What about the recent Amazon outage?
I kept saying, Alexa, turn off the goddamn light, but she wouldn't listen. I had to actually get up and turn off the goddamn light.
The law offices of Frank Gimme Some will get you justice. We fight for the little guy.
Frank Gimme Some got me an apology from the bot that writes Mark Zuckerberg's apologies. It was like I had been heard for the first time in my life.
Frank Gimme Some got me a $5 Amazon rebate for my inconvenience. Now I'll be able to get that ceramic cat I've had my eye on.
Remember, no case is too tough, and I get paid regardless of outcome. Don't let the fact that you are nobody keep you from getting free stuff from somebody. I'm lawyer Frank Gimme Some, and I'm gonna get you some.
What's going on, Empire? This is Stupid's Talking Stupid on the DV Production Empire. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear. We read the stupid, so you don't have to. Yay.
That Amazon outage was a big inconvenience. I thought that my white elephant gift for the party I'm going to on Sunday was not going to make it in time.
Oh, party that I'm totally invited to, right?
Mm-hmm. You wouldn't go if you were invited.
You're right, because I have too many things to do,
right?
Including all of the Christmas shopping.
Oh, wow. Yay. I got a calendar of dogs pooping.
Oh, cool.
That's going to be a good white elephant. I think everyone's going to be arguing over who gets that one.
Yeah. I hope you get stuck with it.
I would put it on the wall. Actually, you're going to get stuck with it because that's what you're getting for Christmas.
I will put it up in the house where everyone can see it.
Or the office. You can put it
much to Jen's chagrin. I will put it up in a predominant spot.
Going on the fridge.
Oh, we don't have room on the fridge. There's too much bullshit out there. We also have these magnetic whiteboards that I got back last year because we were trying to meal prep. So we just needed a list of what days we're doing what things.
Right.
And, giant magnet whiteboard right in front of the fridge. So half of the usable space in the front of the fridge is all magnetic whiteboards. Then there's one child's drawing down towards the bottom. Not my child. My child's not drawing yet.
I was going to say
she's lazy.
Damn. I was going to say I'm a big fan of this stuff.
Ooh, dry erase tape.
Yeah.
How effective is it though?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works.
What was it? There was you ever seen a chalkboard paint?
Yeah.
That stuff, because I heard that stuff, while it works, it's not nearly as good as an actual chalkboard.
Right.
So I didn't know if that dry erase, I guess dry erase is pretty easy. If you just make a glossy coated something or other.
Yeah. You just got to make sure that you use it. You just got to make sure that you use a dry erase marker. Because I will never, ever, ever forget doing an entire rundown in the IO writing room with Michael McCarthy.
Yeah.
Michael McCarthy's just going to town, writing all this stuff out. He's like, yeah, it's going to be good. And he's like, all right, everyone get a photo of this before we erase it. I was like, and then he's sitting there and he goes, I'm like, hey, Michael. He's like, what? I go, I'm pretty sure that's a Sharpie in your hand.
You waited till the end to tell him?
I didn't notice until then, just because he was going, and then he turns around and he even does one of these with it. And I was like, oh no. That's when you Sharpie.
That's when you pretend to get together an old timey photo. Hold on, this may take a while. Well, that's fine. That's not going anywhere.
Right.
Foof. So why'd you do that? I'm like, well, that's not.
It's gonna take a while to develop, and that's not going anywhere.
I think if you put Sharpie on it, if you put dry erase marker over it immediately, you can erase it.
Yeah, I think that's what they ended up doing, but it's still still kind of there. You can still see it.
Here's a little tip that you can learn so many other places, but because you're listening to this is where you're going to learn it. If you have dry erase marker that will not come off of a dry erase board, color over it with the new dry erase marker. Not, it doesn't have to be new, but color over it with another dry erase marker and then erase it. It'll take it right off.
So like, don't use the one that's clearly a problem.
No, I'm saying if you use a dry erase marker and then let it sit there for 2 months,
It stays, yeah.
and then you go back and you're like, oh, time to erase it. Hey, it's not coming off. Just put more dry erase marker over it. It'll come right up.
Yeah, I remember
Learning something from stupids.
right. I remember for a while at the shrine, whenever there was like the shopping list on the whiteboard, and I would add like a kind of a light bulb that doesn't exist,
Yeah.
like a 1048H bulb, and they're like, yeah, we don't know where to get this. And I was like, because it doesn't exist. And then they're like, oh, then they go to try to erase it and it wouldn't come off. I'm like, that's staying.
I remember I used to write lists, like the first 5 things on the list would be things I needed, but then I start throwing random things at the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Just to see how egregious I could get in the list before he would notice that I was clearly like a couple of my worst ones was a used sandwich and a room temperature hat.
Because you don't want a cold hat.
No, you don't want a cold hat. And
No,
if it's hot,
room
I'm
temperature.
just gonna start sweating, and I got a sweaty hat to deal with. Can you hear that dog barking?
Now I can.
This son of a bitch.
Before I could not.
Oh my god!
Thank you for
It's the Patrick show for a second. While I reach over and close this window.
Oh, I was gonna say your window's open. It's like, what is it outside? Like
daytime.
Daytime.
No,
that's 45 degrees.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
I don't think that's window weather.
Well, it is air at the house when it's filled with the smell of bleach weather.
Oh, true.
So it's so funny. We'd never have to deal with a barking dog in this neighborhood, and just like as soon as we start doing the show, my neighbor's dog was like,
"Another tip.
Hey, I can make noise out here. Noise, fucking noise!" And you're like,
"That's another tip for the viewers. You don't like the smell in your room? Open a window. We're just filled with them. All these DIY hacks."
Little tidbits of information. Call them stupid bits.
Stupid bits.
Don't be stupid. So, Patrick, from what I understand, you got a close encounter.
I do.
Okay.
I spent the better part all day yesterday going back and forth with a casting agency. Apparently, they wanted a bad Santa for a corporate gig tonight downtown Chicago.
Now, when you say bad Santa, do you mean someone who's poor at their job?
No, I think they mean like almost like a bad Santa from the movie Bad Santa.
So you have to have sex with their bartender.
Yes, that's what I understood the job to be.
Okay, and then you're gonna bring Quinn to act as your elf.
That's right.
Okay.
Which is the one time Quinn listens to the show. He's like, motherfucker.
This bitch.
Yeah, so I did they're like, yeah, could you send us a 1-minute video and whatever? So I sent it through the email to the and what's hilarious is like, just use the casting network. Like, you set it up where you want to receive the video, it compresses it for you, it sends it to them. That's great. But for some reason, I don't know if this is like their first fucking rodeo or something. Probably. Let alone the thing was for tonight. Like, I was dealing with this yesterday, and they are like, oh, I guess we need to get somebody for like tonight. So we're going back and forth, and they're like, oh, we can't open the Google link. Can you send it through WeTransfer? And I'm like, okay. So I sent it through WeTransfer, which I had used.
What kind of company is this? Do you know?
No, I've never heard of them. But then when I got a call from them, it was a 212 number, which means New York. So I'm wondering if they're like an out-of-town affair trying to branch into like Chicago stuff. Okay. And it's just like, I don't know if you're ready. Apparently what happened was, I guess the East Coast had a huge internet outage, and they were on essentially the emergency internet band, which means it's not as fast as the normal one, and it's just supposed to be. It's definitely
that's why they couldn't open that.
That's why they couldn't open it.
Okay.
So then the guy calls me, and he's like, "Yeah, if you could," he's like, "YouTube has been working, so if you could just upload it to YouTube." And I'm like, okay, I can upload it to YouTube. I'm like, honestly, if you guys watch this and you're like, all this build up for nothing, dude's no good. I'm like, you're gonna be all pissed. And he's laughing. He's like, well, you're funny already. I'm like, okay. So we go through all this stuff. It took like literally all day of back and forth. And then they text me back. She's like, that was awesome. Do you have your own suit? No. Oh, well, we really want people to have their own suit. Okay. You know where it would be good to put that? In the casting notice. That would have been great.
Yeah.
Because I would have been like, oh, I don't have that scroll. Like, and I literally looked online. I'm like, can I get a Santa outfit like real quick? And everything like that. It'd be like half the money for that I was going to make. So I'm like, unless you're reimbursing me for and then it wouldn't have been here till Saturday anyway. But now I'm like, do I need a Santa outfit? Like, should I have one in my repertoire?
It sounds like that might be something you want to keep in the back of the closet.
I already got a damn Care Bear back there, like costume. I'm like, I could be a mean Care Bear. You want me to do that? We'll get a Santa hat and don't even worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it wasn't until today where I was like, oh, I'm going to tell the story. And then I thought to myself, I wonder if Bear still has one.
I don't have one.
Well, that's good.
The suit that I bought that, like, I think when I was 22. And I bought it from Walgreens for like $16.
Right.
So it was basically the cheapest pair of sweatpants that you could get that basically stopped like mid-calf. It had these little like vinyl sleeves that like go over your boots to act like you're wearing like big Santa boots. But they were too small to fit over my feet.
Right.
So I had to cut the back and then put Velcro strips on it so I could literally put them on every single time. The top was just a very one size like felt like art project of a Santa suit. It was not creative. It wasn't big design. It was basically something you'd make in a 5th grade art class.
Honestly, that would have been awesome for what they wanted me to do.
Oh yeah, and trust me, like I got a lot of use to it. It also came with a beard that was a hat and beard combo.
Right.
Like it was all one piece. So you have to like put the hat on and like pull it down further just so you can like see above.
Right.
Because like, who's gonna wear this? Smaller people. And I'm like, nah.
Well, and
I can fit into it. I'm gonna wear it.
I was on Amazon and I'm like, big and tall Santa outfit. And like the biggest they had was like 3X. And I'm like, I mean, I could probably fit it. But I was just thinking to myself, Santa's a big dude. Like,
yeah,
maybe make one for him. Make an outfit for him.
That's the thing. Everything about that outfit was so form fitting, except the shirt was kind of like really tight across my chest. But I had enough room in the stomach where I could put a blanket in there, so I could have a really pronounced belly.
Right.
You know what? I'm gonna see. I'm going to see if I could pull up that picture.
Right.
Because I bought that thing as an impulse buy from Walgreens.
Everything that you buy at Walgreens that's not medication is an impulse buy.
You know what? That's fair.
I mean, it's like the only I was working on a bit where I said I'm always from now on I'm always going to wear a mask when I go into Walgreens or CVS. Yeah. Because anyone that's there is there either because they're sick or because they like are a divorced dad that forgot their kid's birthday and he's getting him like a G.I. James with the Taekwondo hold. It's just like,
here we go.
There it is. Were you about to explode? Oh my God.
Well, I stuffed a big blanket in there and I had a massive size red shirt that was like way too big for me, but I was able to tuck it in. So like, that's what made the belly for it. But yeah, this piece of shit little outfit lasted almost 10 years.
That's right. They make them to last at Walgreens.
Yeah. And then I transitioned it. I got a dirty fucking beard and I did Christmas in July one year.
Yeah.
That was
I remember that.
I found I couldn't find a fucking gray Santa beard. So I found a brown one and then got like that hairspray dye so that people just like you spray paint the color into your hair. Spray painted it white, and it just looked like I had a white beard that was dirty as fuck. And I'm like,
Yeah, I was gonna say you ran it through the vacuum cleaner bag.
yeah. So
Just
I
gave it a
decided
quick shake.
to go the route of having a 40. And I'm like, I'll just be scumbag Santa in July. That's the off
Yeah, I
season.
think that was a saddle party, wasn't it?
Yeah, I went to saddle up. I for some reason had a Friday night off, and they're like, "Yeah, Christmas in July." I'm like, I don't have to work on a Friday,
Right?
I want busting the Santa outfit out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this thing was man, I got some mileage out of that suit. Oof. The amount of alcohol consumed while wearing that, that outfit. I mean, shit, we even did our roommate Christmas card with it one year.
Oh, Joseph.
Yeah. People were different before. Remember? Patrick, remember how people were different?
I remember. I'm Emby.
I'm Emby. Yeah, I was oof. God, yeah, I'm so glad I'm doing because the thing was just it was basically a sauna suit.
Right.
So I'll be wearing that, and thank God I had like a giant shirt with a fucking blanket in there because it could just absorb all the sweats. You ever pull an entire blanket out and hear it plop down like a towel after you just got out of the pool?
No. Gross.
Well, don't buy a $16 Santa suit from Walgreens.
Oh, that was my T-shirt after Halloween in the Care Bear.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like, I have a shirt that says, "Don't wear a blanket under a cheap Santa suit from Walgreens."
Yeah,
I'm like, these novelty shirts.
Oddly enough, it was an impulse buy at Walgreens.
They just get me.
They get me every time.
So you gonna buy a Santa suit for next year?
I don't think so.
You know what you should do? Get a business casual Santa outfit.
Yeah.
So that way when you're going to an office party, you're like, hey, it's office party Santa. People might be down with that. You don't have to get the full suit.
Right.
So if you want a full suit Santa that's gonna say happy things, find an old guy that's retired. He just wants to make people happy.
Right.
You want someone to be belligerent and yell at Linda? That's me. That's business casual Santa.
It's funny. Pratik Srivastava does Santa calls because I guess his uncle used to do Santa calls. But
Is that when someone signs up for it and you call their house to talk to the kid as Santa?
And talk to the kid or something like that.
Listen here, you little shit.
But it's great because Pratik has such a way of talking, like I'm Santa.
I'm Santa. Hello.
He's gonna come to get your gifts or whatever. I have a spending the past like 6 years working with Pratik. I have a decent Pratik Srivastava for when he's famous. And you got to like take off the glasses and look and go, why?
I can't do the impression, but I can picture him when you're talking. Right. All right. Let's get into the show. 19 minutes is about time we start talking about something.
That's about right.
We've done nothing. All we've done is sit at home.
Done nothing.
Just sat at home where people can get hurt.
Ouch.
A big ouch. A breaking case out of Germany in a case of way to ruin it for the rest of us.
I think Germany's been the forefront of that for a while.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If there was like a #1 dad mug of that, they would have it. Every year they'd be like, again, this cup. A German court has ruled that a man
this cup. Oh,
these cup.
Every year I get it.
I don't need. I have
so many.
Since 1945, I've get cup. So many cup. Yeah, my coffee maker only makes 6 cups at a time. I don't have 50 friends.
It's like the movie Two Germans, 10,000 cup.
You see the movie 300? Instead of Spartan, picture cup. That's my cup.
It went Russian
This is
there a little
coffee. I know. I know. The fact that I had any German even to
I think
start
it's
with.
more like,
You're welcome.
So many cups.
Ooh, das ist cups.
Das ist cups.
A German court has ruled that a man who slipped while walking a few meters from his bed in his house, from his bed to his home office, is allowed to claim workplace accident insurance as he was technically commuting.
Oh man.
Yeah, and it begins. Oh, son of a bitch. The
Right.
commute from my bed to my desk. I could trip on so many baby toys. I can't even, if people have been watching the show for a while, I used to have a backdrop right back here. I cannot put it up anymore due to the amount of child apparatus that are on the floor. Apparati. I thought it was that, but apparati. A pair of tie. Anyway.
Apparatuses.
Thank you. You understand me. The apparatuses.
Right.
There's so many of them on the ground. And I don't have the space to put a backdrop anymore. So I just turn off all the lights and turn on a decorative light back there and go, good enough.
Yeah.
Can't do anything else.
I mean, I'm like, my wall's just right behind me. So.
Yeah. You're fortunate enough that you're able to have your setup with your wall right there. I don't have that room.
Well,
I have
think about reorganizing? Maybe a little feng shui?
Well, we're going to be...
And if you get hurt doing it, you can blame... you can say it was done in doing work.
Yeah, it is my home office, this corner of the bedroom. But we're looking at getting a new bed. So there will be some moving stuff around. But...
So he calls, what's he call it, and be like, it's like, custodial did a terrible job. I tripped over a bowl of Cocoa Puffs on my commute.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much how it happened. No.
I caught my pinky toe on the edge of on the leg of the bed on the way to the bathroom last night. Dude, that's the worst.
Workers' comp.
I know, right?
We'll have to file it with the DVM production empire.
There you go.
So the guy said while walking on a spiral staircase connecting the rooms, the unnamed man slipped and broke his back. So as a person who already hates spiral staircases, like the tight ones, like especially if that's the only way to get to a certain room is you have to walk up this tiny bullshit spiral staircase. It's so impractical. What happens if you want to carry literally anything up the stairs?
I always wanted one because of different strokes. I thought to myself, that would be cool to have, they had that and whatever. And then I was watching, have you seen any of the live sitcoms that they've done? So like Norman Lear and Jimmy Kimmel have like produced like these things, like, so they've done All in the Family and they've done the Jeffersons.
Oh no, I haven't watched that.
Oh, they're pretty good. Well, the other night they did Facts of Life and they did Different Strokes. And it was awesome. It was a lot of fun. But the original Tootie was there, who was on both shows.
Crossover classic.
Well, and Tootie was on she was on skates. Like her character was always on skates. And then she had made some comment about it. She's like, luckily they didn't have to put because Gabrielle Union was in it. Gabrielle Union was in it, and she goes, oh yeah, good thing they decided not to put Gabrielle on the skates, because I sure was on those skates for many years. And then when I was on Different Strokes, going up and down the spiral staircase in those skates. And I was like, they made her do that? Like, that was before that they were like, you know what? No.
Safety. They're
maybe
like, we don't need safety. Who needs safety?
Yeah. It's like, obviously the Actors Union didn't give a shit back then.
Right.
But if you get a chance to watch it, watch it. It was pretty good. Because you know who played Arnold?
Hold on. Let me guess. Was that right?
No, it was Kevin Hart.
Oh, that's close.
Kevin Hart and Mr. Drummond was played by John Lithgow. And it was awesome.
I suppose if I had watched those shows, I would have.
You never watched Different Strokes?
No. I watched the same old Strokes. So the court noted that the employee usually
Nothing you can
started
do about
working in his
that.
home office immediately without having breakfast beforehand. Later, it said that statutory accident insurance was only afforded to the first journey to work, suggesting that a trip on the way to get breakfast after already being in the home office could be rejected. So because he was making his way straight to his office to work and fell down and got boom boom, it's covered under essentially workers' comp.
That's awesome.
I know. I cannot believe that they ruled in favor of this. It's pretty crazy, but also kind of worrisome because is this going to be used as the argument to eliminate because I work from home? Everyone during the pandemic,
Maybe in Germany.
Before the pandemic, everyone was like, "There's no way you can work from home. The productivity, blah blah." Blah. And then suddenly everyone was forced to, and they realized, "Holy shit, same productivity, if not more."
If not more.
And we don't have to pay the ridiculous overhead of having a 7-story building to house all of our people who just sit at their desk anyway. What the fuck? Yeah. And then now it's like, oh, I stubbed my pinky toe. We get into my workstation in the morning. I'm gonna file workers' comp.
Yeah, Germany has a major problem because now that's precedent.
Yeah,
that wouldn't be an issue here because they would never. First of all, they would never go on the side of the worker because that's stupid.
Yeah,
they just would say no, laugh it off as a nuisance suit, like that guy suing his parents for cutting him off.
Well, there was a it's not a nuisance suit, but the judgment that was held against a bar was so high that I almost included the story, but now we could we're referencing. But there's a sports bar somewhere, I forget where, they overserved someone. They gave him 11 drinks. You had over 3 times the legal limit, and drunk driver crashed and killed a couple people. So their family sued the bar because it's their fault. The jury awarded the family $301 billion.
Yeah, they'll never get that.
Right. And they're like, the whole thing was, it's never about the money. It's about sending a message. It's like,
and the entire jury went like this.
It's like,
visual bid 2747.
It's like, if on one count of vehicular manslaughter, how do you guys find the defendant? Guilty. So I wonder how much he's gonna get for injuring his back in his own home. It made me think that he was on a wood or metal spiral staircase in socks, so it's just super slippery. Yeah. Ooh,
you gotta get those tread socks,
right? Since you're in the hospital, ask for a few more pairs. Right. Well, you broke your back. Treads. Probably not going to use them.
Right. Sorry. That ship sailed.
Yeah, man. Speaking of ships sailing, the ship has sailed on fine dining at Cambridge University. They have complaining that they are settling for shop-bought cakes after a recent staffing issue left their college without a pastry chef. Patrick, their college doesn't have a pastry chef.
They're roughing it.
They have to buy fucking Twinkies like the rest of us. What the fuck?
They get to buy Twinkies like the rest of us.
Have to.
They
have no other option, Patrick.
Glass half full. They get to.
Oh, you can't even get the glass. You have to go buy a bottle of water from the gas station, half full. Have to. There was a reported mass exodus of kitchen staff, with cooks falling from 15 down to 3, and the quote-unquote crucial role of a pastry chef has remained unfilled. So, one student said that the situation, Patrick, it's so dire, it feels like a loss of the Cambridge experience. But they don't get their tartlets at lunch. They're just...
I can imagine him going before the board. The board recognizes Nigel P. Pennyworth.
Ooh, but I'm pretty sure that guy's English as well.
I understand that this is very difficult. Yeah, I like the tartlets as well. You get to get a Twinkie. You get to.
Others at the campus have apparently complained that now they have to walk to other colleges for their breakfast. It is no longer offered at their halls. They have to go to a whole nother college just to get
I
breakfast.
should have went to Holy Cross like
Hmm.
grandfather wanted me to. At least they get to eat there. This is Cambridge.
The
What do you think, Nigel?
apparently the
You don't have
whole
to shout, Nigel.
the whole problem they dropped out. They lost 12 members of their staff. Was that there was a little bit of a disagreement between college management and the kitchen staff. So
you
everyone
believe
just-
they wanted to be paid?
for tartlets.
I'll pay for a tart. The tartlet's just small. I'll pay you a fraction of what I'd pay for a tart. Therefore, I'll make a tart. Nope, souffle is the highest, unless it falls.
Also, the students have complained of a lack of college formals, black tie social events, since the loss of the kitchen staff. So now they don't even get the fancy parties. Indubitably. Quite.
What do you think, Nigel? That's
You
right.
gotta stop saying that, man.
Sometimes a bitch do need to get down.
That is true. And the wise words of Nigel. Sometimes a bitch do need to get down. Speaking of getting down, have you ever heard of the King Abdulaziz Camel Festival in Saudi Arabia?
No,
Oh,
but I want to go.
It's a month long, so you're gonna be there a while.
Is it on like Wednesday? Does it start on a Wednesday? Tell me it starts on a Wednesday.
No, they actually take a break every Wednesday.
Woo woo!
This is a big deal. There is a contest, a beauty contest for camels, which everyone knows the camel is already beautiful the way it is, Patrick. It's on what's on the inside that counts. How dare you? You're like, oh, nice humps. It's got a personality.
You are beautiful, no matter what they say. And the thing goes.
So they said during the examination of all the camels in the event.
Here to inaugurate the camel fashion show, we give you Fergie. What you gonna do with? Oh.
I hate you so much.
No,
that's
that.
right. I found it.
That song is my humps for God's sake.
I brought it back. I found it again, just for you, Patrick.
I don't think that is a valid bill.
That is one big pile of shit.
So fuck you.
Which is what the camels leave when it's over.
No. So during the examination of the camels that entered in the beauty contest, 43 of them were disqualified because they had received Botox, facelifts, and hormone injections, as well as some other band enhancements. But people were given a camel.
Each one of these
camels
each one of these camels that look genuinely surprised are now disqualified. Fergie, play them out.
Now, granted, there's a huge prize for the winner of this, so people want to get the prettiest camel they can get, but it's like all of a sudden you walk in, it's like, that camel went from being basically a horse to being a double D. Got extra humps on it now. It's like from Total Recall, you get a 3 hump.
It started a really long time ago. You know who the original host of that show was?
Who, Patrick?
Humphrey Bogart. I stand by each and every one of these, and you're laughing. So
you get out. You get the fuck out.
Nope.
So you'll understand very soon why people are willing to give a camel a facelift and some Botox.
Do you know what they do?
Oh.
Do you know what they do when there's like a group dance number?
Anyway.
The Humpty dance, it's your chance. Oh! I do the hump.
There's a $66 million prize for the winning animal's breeder.
Yeah, no wonder they're getting a Botox.
Right? Judges rate the camels based
pair of shoes.
Based on the shapes of their heads, the necks, and the humps, as well as the camel's dress and postures. Come on. Yeah. Hey, quit slouching. Come on. It's bad for your back. See that divot in the middle?
Turn into a hump. Oh, sorry.
I hate you so much. There's something.
This is my favorite story in a while. Not since cat wine. There have been so many puns.
Cat wine, I don't think we can ever really get away from it. And see, now it's going to spend the next 5 minutes not listening to me talk about this next story while you try to come up with a cat wine camel remix.
Well, you know what the camels are wearing? They're like in like the costumes. The segment, they all get dressed up. You know what they wear? Camel saws. Anyway, go ahead. I'm done.
Oh, God damn it.
See, this all could have been for a corporate party tonight. Life. I'm on life, Elaine. They could have all been for a corporate party tonight if they just supplied me with a Santa outfit. But now I'm here doing it for free.
Speaking of doing it for free,
yeehaw.
Oklahoma's governor, Kevin Stitt, said that he wants to bring back the Oklahoma State Penitentiary Rodeo.
I'm bringing it back.
Those stopped the clowns. They stopped the prison rodeo in 2009, and he's like, you know what? We need to bring this back. We need to bring morale up in this prison. We need to get the community involved. We just need to spend a few $1 million renovating the facility. That's definitely not going to get misappropriated at all.
How many rodeo guys like go to jail? Like, or are they just like, hey, you're gonna ride this horse,
and but you're gonna be the bull.
I'm from Maine. Doesn't matter. Get on there. The time is 0.5 seconds. The time to beat 0.5 seconds.
Prisoners.
I'm here for tax fraud.
Get in a barrel.
Get in a barrel.
Prisoners sign up for it they willingly sign up to participate in this. And then they also get professionals to come in to compete as well, which just kind of seems like, oh, great, you're stuck in a prison cell all day. How about you try to ride this bull? And meanwhile, we're going to bring some professionals in who know what they're doing. Good luck not dying. Ringers. Right?
Yeah, right.
It's like,
it's like a prison basketball team against the Harlem Globetrotters.
Mm-hmm. It's the longest yard, but with horses.
Right.
The longest face yard.
The longest yard.
Nope. That's probably one of your worst ones yet today.
Well, but there's been so many. Who knows?
Yeah, I know. That's
Nobody knows for sure.
I do. I know 100% for sure that was one of your worst ones. One of your worst ones ever. See, I'm right.
No.
So the Oklahoma State Prison Rodeo started in 1940.
That's right.
And then they went on hiatus during World War II. Thanks, Germany. It came back in 1948.
Our prisoners to fight the Nazis and do rodeos over there.
It's like, you know what? We need to get these guys to really help us fight overseas. What should we do? Well, they know how to ride horses, so we could send the cavalry in. Ooh, that's a good idea. Did we ask if the other side's going to still be using guns?
No.
Because if they are, then it's kind of a waste of horses. They're still using guns. Those Germans, they're really up. They're pretty sneaky. They're doing
pretty
things.
Crafty. They're crafty.
And then there was a massive prison riot in 1973 where they're like, you know what? No rodeo for 5 years.
You know what? You guys ruined everything. Here we are sitting here trying to be nice to, exploit a bunch of animals and you have to have a riot. 5 years, no more. They're like, oh, but warden, no.
They sentenced the prison rodeo to 5 years out of prison. No, you find someone else to ride that horse.
That's right.
Yeah, because part of me feels like it's a toned down version of like gladiators. Like, we're not gonna have you guys fight each other to death. Why don't you just try to deal with that wild animal and try not to die?
Yeah, those are, I don't know. I've never really understood the rodeo. I don't know. Rodeo and monster trucks. Not a fan.
Okay, you don't understand monster trucks?
I don't. The one time.
What is so hard to understand about monster trucks? Do you need a fucking college degree to understand monster trucks are fucking cool?
The one time I went to the monster trucks, it was at the Rosemont Horizon.
Grave digger.
That's what we saw. We saw a grave digger. But I thought to myself, it smells a lot like carbon monoxide in here.
Yeah.
Like we're going to be inside the stadium.
Right.
We're going to be running big ass trucks.
Yeah.
And I know the one time I started the car and then like the garage door wasn't necessarily open. My dad flipped out. Like, I'm just like, okay, you yelled at me, but you're bringing me to this. I just remember it being loud. I remember it being obnoxious. It was
exactly. What are you saying? All the things you're saying are not a bad thing.
I was not a fan.
Loud and obnoxious. That's you. You're like, yeah, I'm not a fan. Working on it.
Right. I'm trying to
but yeah, that's part of the emissions are just part of the experience where you get trapped in a building, get a little high, and watch a monster
I think
truck
everyone thinks they're having a good time because they're about to die.
It's called edging, Patrick. Look it up. Don't look up edging.
No.
Especially if you're at work. You know what? Fuck it. It's 2021. Look up edging at work.
Although if you're at home, who knows? You might be at work.
Yeah, but then you might injure yourself in the process, if you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
Speaking of injuring yourself in the process, had to deal with a little bit of a bomb squad situation in Gloucester, England. Bomb squad.
We want our tartlets. We are going to blow up Nigel if you don't get him. He means it.
Bomb squad got called to a hospital after a man got a World War II mortar stuck in his rectum.
Dude.
Don't you hate when that happens, Patrick? You're just sitting there minding your own business. The patient said, he said he put it on the floor and then slipped and fell on it.
Sure.
Did you know that is the leading cause?
Why does it smell like strawberry lube then, John?
The leading cause of items being in the rectum is I just slipped and fell and boom, it went in there.
Yeah, I believe that.
Now, do you know how big?
We don't have a lost and found. We have an ass box.
Do you know how big a 57 millimeter World War II shell is?
It's just the shell, right? So it's like,
so it's not like the entire casing and everything is
right, but
it's like
it's like,
it's about that big.
Oh my god, that's exactly what I said.
He slipped and fell, and that entire round went up his butt. What kind of slip and fall do you have to do where that entire thing, which is 2/3 the size of a grown man's hand?
Oh, I know.
I know you know.
Hilarious one.
It's oof.
Whoa.
It's like, what kind of cartoon fall do you have to fall? It's like when you slips and falls and lands on it, and it just kind of looks like, oh no, and goes bloop.
Was it live?
It was confirmed not to be live.
Whew.
Unlike his sex life, huh?
Whoa, hey.
Waka waka up your butt.
Waka.
Yeah, police responded to the report of patient that had presented with the munitions stuck in his rectum. Thankfully, they
They're like,
What's going on?
Okay, so remember back when I said I just can't wait to see somebody with a World War II munition stuff up their ass.
Oh yeah, but you say all this kind of weird shit.
Today's the day.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What happened?
It's like right up. He fell.
Oh, he fell.
He fell.
Oh, that's a serious accident. You know how many people fall at home nowadays?
The faint scent of cherry lube though. So I don't know.
Do you think you can file a workman's comp complaint?
You definitely can. He was at home.
I would love to see the paperwork for someone files workers' comp because they slipped and fell on World War II munition and it went up their butt. That's talk about a frivolous lawsuit.
Right. One of the only I remember there's an episode of Grey's Anatomy, one of the last episodes of Grey's Anatomy I ever saw. I'm pretty sure it was like the first or second season. And it was like Christina Ricci came in and she was a paramedic and she had her hand inside this dude because he had a full-on like shell like in him. Not in his ass, but in him. And the whole thing, and it was
they
one
had
of
to
the
hold the explosives so it didn't blow up.
yeah. So it didn't like rattle or whatever. And then somehow the main character got her hand on it and whatever. And I just because I remember the beginning
Well,
of
it's not called Christina Ricci's Anatomy.
Oh, what's her name? Meredith.
It's Dr. Gray.
Dr. Gray. Well, at any rate, one of the things that I took from that is she's like, because the beginning of that episode, she's like sitting there laying in bed, and she's like, I don't feel like I should get out of bed today. I feel like something terrible is going to happen. And then they fast because it was a 2-part episode. At the end of it, like she finally gets to bed. She's like, the only thing I learned from today is if I ever feel like that at the beginning of the day, I'm not getting out of bed. It's just days that I wake up and I'm like, nope, gonna end up with my hand inside of a person holding a grenade. Not getting up.
Ugh, Mondays, am I right?
I'm sleeping in. I hate Mondays.
Well, we go from one thing that you shove up your ass to another. A Dutch sex toys company. A Dutch sex toy company. Wow, there we go. Decided to be nice and sponsor a local sporting event.
Oh, there you go.
These local sporting events, they need the sponsorships. They they need that money to survive, and they put very tasteful. They just put the name Easy Toys on the on the playing surface. Nothing that could be offensive. It's not like they have like a giant dildo as their logo. Like it's not like Nike, but like instead of the swoosh, it's like a
dildo.
Just dildo. It's not like Reebok, and then like with the multiple dildos, or like the Adidas logo, but with like
a butt plug,
3 butt plugs. Something like that. They sponsored a Olympic qualification event in the Netherlands for curling.
There you go.
And you're thinking to yourself, curling? What a perfect way to sell sex toys. Because the champions of this sport
those guys fuck it.
If we knew how we knew how to curl, we would be Olympic athletes. You do not need the body of Michael Phelps to be an Olympic curler.
You just need to know how to like sweep really good.
Yeah. So I'm not included. You think I can bring a vacuum on the ice? Dustbuster. What are you saying?
No, that was it. You
know you said something.
Be like a fast sweeper.
Yeah. Although it would be kind of funny if someone had like a vacuum cleaner out there.
I just remember when the Olympic, I think it's the Americans won, and they had them on the Tonight Show, and I was just like, all those guys were just standing there. I'm like, they just look like a bunch of guys like standing around a suburban grill.
Right.
Like, yeah, that looks good. You might want to flip that. Don't push too much though.
If you ever watch King of the Hill, there's your foursome.
Yeah.
In their current body shapes. I
was gonna go curling. There's one in Chicago. I guess I don't made it was someone's birthday party and I didn't make it for some reason. I think I had to work. But I was just like, oh, that was my opportunity. Knowing me, I'd slip and fall though.
Right. and then you'd go to curling.
Yeah.
Local organizers of the Olympic qualification event said that they were told that on-ice ads with the Easy Toys name and non-explicit logo were too much for the U.S. audience, so they banned the stream. They canceled the live stream of the tournament.
How do they know, though?
Hey, because it just says Easy Toys. If you, okay, first off, your kids have to want to watch curling, then they have to watch it, then they have to see the words on the ice, Easy Toys, and then look it up on the computer, and then realize, oh, it's sex toys.
Right.
All those steps. People usually stop at step one. You have to watch curling.
During the World Series, one of the, like, they used to put the logo on the mound. Like, they put a logo on the mound, like, through like a CG graphic.
Yeah.
And one of them was the what's like the dick pill company that you get? You can send,
Viagra?
like, no, the other one. It's like, is it like Roman or something like that?
Oh, that's the generic one.
Yeah, but like their logo was there, and I'm like, so they're worried about Easy Toys, which they may not know, but like there's like a genuine like dick pill sitting on the mound during the World Series.
Do you understand the difference there, Patrick?
No.
Sex toys are for women. Dick pills are for men. Men are allowed to have it.
Okay.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Duh, it's the rules, Patrick.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah, guys have everything.
Okay, I didn't know.
So you stop it with your thinking.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And your critical thinking.
I'm sorry. Stop yelling at me.
And then you're thinking about stuff.
Other stuff.
Other stuff. Speaking of stuff, you've shopped at IKEA before, correct?
Yeah.
So you know a lot of things at IKEA, they just have super fun names.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna.
There was a good. Seth Meyers had one the other day because we did the story about the people getting trapped.
Yeah.
In the store, and I'm like, damn it, I wish I had thought of it. Because he was, but go ahead, do the thing. And if
no,
if
you go ahead because it's a whole different thing.
The story was he's like, the joke was that they made the it was difficult to get out joke, to find their way out joke.
Yeah.
But then the supplement joke after that was, of course, in I think it was like Denmark or something or wherever it was, because there all the IKEA names have foreign words. So like they foreign words for their titles. He's like, this is just called chair. And I'm like, son of a bitch, that's a good one. Anyway.
Well, it's not too far from the way the story's gonna go. The Swedish tour board.
Is there a little like dots, the two dots over it says board, and the O has a line through it?
They are trying to remedy a small problem they have, because a lot of the products in IKEA, they are named after locations in Sweden. So now people, when they hear these names or they search for them, they don't find a picturesque lake. They find,
like
a shower chair.
Right.
So the Swedish tour board is like, no, we're going to do a campaign to try to get people to understand. It's called Discover the Originals. And they've picked out 21 popular IKEA products and matched them to their namesakes, so people will understand that these are real places. It's not just a ladle.
If I were IKEA, I'd put it up there and then I'd put it next to it.
Well, so here's the thing. I'm gonna name a few of these, describe the place that's named after, and I want you to guess what the product is.
Oh no!
I don't know if you realize this, Patrick, but we got ourselves a double game moment. I got two games around the same one. The first one is this guessing game. All right. Now, the first item is called Bolmen, which is named after a large lake in the Småland region of southern Sweden.
Okay.
Patrick, what is that item?
Do I get you didn't do multiple choice?
Nope.
Damn it.
That's why it's so fun, because it can be anything that they sell in IKEA.
I know, I'll probably be wrong though.
I know.
Is it a tie rack?
Patrick, it is a toilet brush.
Okay.
All right, let's go to the next item.
It would be because of something to do with water. Maybe it's something to do with water.
No. No,
No?
you think so, but go fuck yourself.
Okay.
All right, Patrick. We have the
I believe that's fuck the two little dots over the U.
Humpday. All right, Patrick. What is the Skarham, named after a fishing village on the island of Chorn?
It's a cutting board.
Patrick, it's a door handle, obviously.
Duh.
When you think of fishing village on the island of Chorn, you think door handle.
I should have gotten multiple choice.
All right, we'll go another one right here. The Tofton, named after a lake in the Dalarna region.
It's a toaster cozy.
It's a trash can.
Oh.
A toaster koozie. All right, we'll do one more.
Yeah, you put it over your toaster when you're done using it.
We'll do one more because you're so bad at this.
Well, shit.
All right, Patrick, what is
I don't know anything from IKEA.
a Bodfiken, named after a mountain lake in the UNESCO World Heritage Area of the High Coast in northern Sweden?
Can you use it in the form of a sentence, please?
Hey, do you want to pick up a Bodfiken?
It could have been more vague, couldn't you? It's a closet organizer.
It's a wash basin, you son of a bitch. All right, Patrick. Now time for the second game.
Oh my God, I don't want to play. Go ahead.
No, this one's a good one.
Since the other one.
Since Sweden is trying to get away from having their cities named after toilet brushes and things like that, they're trying to rebrand some things. We need to rebrand some of the worst cities in America.
Okay.
And now I've found, according to a website, the worst cities in America 2021. They use it based off of like median home value, taxes, cost of living, unemployment rate, employment growth, a variety of things, property crime rate, violent crime. They use a lot of factors.
Right.
All right. So now I want to give you the 10 worst cities in America, and I want you to rebrand it as an item from IKEA. All right.
Okay.
We're gonna take the names, we're gonna change them. What's a city in California? It's called Avenal. What is an Avenal at IKEA?
An Avenal?
Yeah, what's an Avenal going to be?
An Avenal is that, like, that well, thanks, Elaine. I appreciate that. I'm learning everything today. So an Avenal is that, like, so like when you have like pasta and they have like the spoon, but it's got the little things.
Okay.
That's an Avenal. It's a pasta spoon.
Pasta spoon. That's a good name.
Yeah.
Good use of Avenal.
Because either that or I was going to say Avenal is like that new dick pill from Roman.
How about a town in Louisiana called Bastrop?
Bastrop?
Bastrop. Bastrop. Bastrop, Louisiana. What's a Bastrop?
Oh, it's a toothbrush caddy.
That's a wonderful. I
But
have a
it's stainless
Bastrop in
steel.
green.
Stainless steel, and then it comes in different colors.
Yeah, I picked it up in mint green. It's wonderful.
Mhm.
Really tied the room together.
Bastrop.
Patrick, what's a Highland Park?
A Highland Park?
Yep.
It's this thing in your garage. What you could do is you could put it over, like if you have a really high garage.
Okay.
So you could double stack your cars.
Awesome.
It's
Wonderful.
a Highland Park.
What's a Bessemer?
A Bessemer?
A Bessemer.
A Bessemer. It's just it's a real fancy flour sifter.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like the sifter itself is fancy, or it's a sifter for fancy flour?
It's both. It looks real nice and it handles real nice flour.
Oh my God. I can't wait to pull the ticket.
The
for that
handle's
one.
mother of pearl, so it's one of the high end,
How about what's a Florida city?
A Florida city?
Florida City, Florida. What's a Florida city?
It's a toilet brush. But it's got one of those little scraper things. So if there's like some shit on the bottom of the bowl,
Oh yeah.
you use a Florida city to get it off because it's used to it.
And now, Patrick, the worst city in America for 2021. What's a Mendota from California?
It's a tower. It's a toaster cozy.
Hey, did you get that Mendota for the 2-slicer or for the 4-slicer?
There's a Mendota for the 2-slicer and there's a Menfota for the 4.
Okay.
What you want is a Mendota. That's 2. I don't know if it's bagel smart though.
I picked the 10 worst cities, but I also found a list for the 10 dumbest cities.
What quantifies the 10 dumbest cities? Like, what are they?
I don't know. I didn't read through the article because I was like, this. It's about education. I was like, it's a lot of stuff.
Okay.
70% of the list, that's 7 out of 10, are from California.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it turns out when you're that huge of a state, you can get real dumb real quick.
Or it was made by like, a Southern conservative article. It's like,
what are you talking about, Patrick?
These are the dumbest towns, and they're all in California.
Yeah. Like Jurupa Valley. Patrick, what's a Jurupa Valley from IKEA?
A Jurupa Valley from IKEA?
Yeah.
It's basically like a silicone pot holder.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's like a star. With a smiley face.
And if you hold it upside down, does this look like a butthole to you?
That's right.
It looks like a butthole. Yeah, check out your Jurupa Valley.
Just like your Jurupa Valley.
Well, let's see. Which one should we go with? We'll go with this one. Speaking of Jurupa Valley, a house in Dickerson, Maryland. Nowhere near Jurupa Valley. You son of a bitch.
It's your Dickerson, Maryland, away from my Jurupa Valley. I'm not like that.
Hey, I'm just saying, the Dickerson, Maryland makes a fine duvet cover.
Mm-hmm.
An hour west of Baltimore. That's where it is. A house of nearly 10,000 square feet. The homeowner tried to smoke out a snake infestation, which apparently was a problem from him and the previous owner. Like, if you're going to buy a house and they list as a current, like, if, Patrick, you are about to buy a house.
About to buy a house.
Is there anything wrong with this house? And they're like, full of snakes. Do you buy it?
At a decent price, maybe. You think to yourself,
what's a discount that you need to buy a snake infested house?
Free.
Okay, but what if it cost $1.8 million?
What's the insurance on it when I burn it to the ground?
Let's just say it'll barely cover the damage.
No, then no. No, I don't think I'll be buying
because the damages cost more than $1 million. They fucked this house up.
The snakes did?
Well, you could argue it was the snake's fault because if they weren't there, then the guy wouldn't have.
When they decided to smoke it out.
Yeah. So
where are they? Are they like under the house? Are they in the walls? Like,
I don't know. The snakes is coming from inside the house.
Do you say I'm tired?
Yeah,
that's fucking snakes.
You need an exorcism from Samuel L. Jackson, realtor.
Snakes in a House, the sequel.
He just walks in like, I'm not going in there. I see it right in the basement window. I see him. I'm not going in there.
He comes home from the airport, puts his bag down, opens it up. Ah, God damn it.
It's like a can of those fake peanuts. The snakes just explode everywhere. He's like, God, no. So they used coals as a heat source for the smoke, but unfortunately placed it real close to combustible materials, which, wouldn't you know it, ended up catching fire. No one was home at the time. The house burned to the ground.
So they start it and they're like, now we'll leave.
Yeah, you start a pile of coals. Like, I don't know, we'll just smoke the house out. We'll leave because we don't want to be uncomfortable.
Gonna go to IHOP. We'll be back.
If they got those 4 meals for under $4.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I got to save money. I just spent $1.8 million on this house. It's full of snakes.
Yeah, okay.
I can't get an exterminator.
Just light a bunch of charcoal and smoke them out.
Oh, I was gonna get a professional to do it, but that sounds way better. You hire a animal control. They come over, like, yeah, you know the way we get rid of them. We just start a fire in the basement and hope they run away.
Right.
So the fire started in the basement, spread through each floor, engulfed the house completely. Um, so the owner was home like a few hours before, but decided to leave with what appeared to be an open fire going, and then took 75 firefighters to show up to put the fucking fire out. No fire hydrants in the area, which is crazy, but they had to shuttle in water tankers. Would you want to buy a house that had no access to a fire hydrant?
No.
Okay, but would you want to buy a house with no access to a fire hydrant that was also full of snakes?
Definitely not. What did
You're so picky.
far out farms do? Do they have their own water source that they like will tap into? Or I've never thought about that. If like a farmhouse is on fire,
I
fire
imagine the
department
fire
comes.
departments around there have the tankers that have the water in them. So just
Yeah.
every fire they respond to has tankers
Yeah.
to
Interesting.
take care of that shit. To tank care of it.
I can see the thing. It's like, oh my god, what happened? What happened to my house?
And she's walking out the door, just fanning the flame, the coals.
Yeah, like the fire department.
What happened?
The fire department shows up. The guy's like, "What happened to my house?" And they're like, "Oh, sir, your house is burning down." I mean, I left the coals running. I didn't think it was going to be a problem. I'm sorry, what?
No, you don't understand. There are snakes in the house.
Oh,
You remember how?
hey, everybody, there's snakes in the house. Didn't you fall on like a World War II shell?
Yeah, but I did it coming to work
Yeah.
on my camel. There, we covered all the stories.
On the way to IKEA. Damn it.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like when you think you have a snake problem, is the first thing you go to going, I'm gonna use some hickory and really get him out of here, or just eat him when he's done. So
it's got a great flavor.
They did find some snake corpses, but they also found evidence that a lot of snakes were fine. So this guy burned down his house.
Slithers away.
Rude.
Goes to show I like the smell of hickory. Fuck you.
You know what? The next house, when you rebuild it, could use cherry wood next time.
Right.
Branch out a little bit. Oh, hickory.
Son of a bitch.
It's enough to make you want to blow up the world.
Or smoke it out.
To get rid of snakes.
No doubt.
All right, we won't do it. Simply because Dr. Sabat Singh is such a goddamn badass.
Badass.
This guy, he earned fame as a plastic surgeon by performing free corrective surgeries under the worldwide initiative Smile Train on kids born with cleft lip palate.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about these guys.
Yeah, so to date, he has brought back smiles in the lives of 25,000 families. He's done 37,000 free cleft palate surgeries.
Wow.
37,000. Good God. He's been doing it for so long that he was a celebrated guest at the 2009 Academy Awards, and he was honored at
he saw Joaquin Phoenix, and he goes, "I could help you.
I could do this." And then he was also honored at the 2013 Wimbledon men's singles final.
There you go.
Growing up, he lost his father in February of 1979 due to inadequate medical treatment, and his mother taught him to serve the poor and live ethically. So he became a plastic surgeon, not a businessman, because he wanted to serve like a divine cause. His father died, so his brother had to get a job at the same railway that his dad was working at. And then after a few years, his brother got a bonus. He used it to pay for Dr. Singh to get into like medical school, to take the entry level tests. He crushed it, and he's been killing the game ever since. Deciding to give back to people. In 2002, in 2002, he began Free Treatment Week to mark his father's death anniversary. So just every year, like, I'm gonna spend a week just fucking helping people out in honor of my dad.
There you go.
You know, he started performing corrective cleft surgeries from 2003 to 2004. Became a part of the Smile Train project, saying that they set a target of 2,500 cleft surgeries by December 2005. The Smile Train India team, while they at first thought that the target was too ambitious, saying like just go for like 500, you know, because that's easily achieved. And they're like, we did. Yeah. They crushed it like a year early. They did over 2,500 a year early.
That's nice. Yeah.
So then, since 2008, 2009, they performed over 4,000 free cleft surgeries under that initiative. It's really heartbreaking when you look at kids with cleft lips.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that if certain channels, they'll have like the cleft lip kid infomercials. So you just be sitting there. Like, I'll be at work and like it'll go from college football to just a bunch of kids just like, help us, please. And it's like, sorry, Dr. Sabag can help you. He's way more qualified.
Have you found yourself, now that you've got like, you know, a kid, have you found yourself more like, oh God, like those people like, oh, I can't even hear this stuff. I can't even hear about this. Are you like, not?
It's become a little more difficult to hear and see things because you can sympathize so immediately, and it's like, oh my God. Like I saw this video on Reddit of this little kid, which, you know, a year ago I would have found hilarious. This kid was trying to run on a trampoline
when I was a terrible person.
Back when I was a piece of shit. There was this guy that was jumping up a trampoline, just doing backflip after backflip after backflip. And this little dumbass kid decides to start running on the trampoline, slips and falls right underneath the guy. And wait, when he's coming down from a backflip, just like double leg pressed right into the kid's back. This kid was probably like 5. Yeah. And in my head, I was like, oh my God, my child's insides have exploded. But like a year ago, I'm like, dumb kid.
And watch it again.
Oh yeah, no, I watched it today. I was like,
because I'm much more sensitive. I only watched it 3 times.
Yeah, I've grown as a person, and now I laugh quieter.
Yeah, I get from like, I mean, I'm still.
I laugh quiet enough so my girlfriend can't hear me and ask me what I'm laughing at, because then she'll be like, "Oh, you can't." Oh.
Except she's watching the show and now she knows.
It's okay. She doesn't hear the laughter.
I always get that from people. They're like, you don't know. You don't have a kid. And I'm like, well, I pretty much help raise my nephews, so I understand it. But at the same time, I'm just
no, like, Patrick, you don't understand.
I'm not a pussy like you are. So
you don't understand.
Yeah, no, until you did.
You know, I was literally doing everything from the show today while she was graciously cleaning our bathrooms.
Right.
So it's like someone has to watch the kid, and she's using bleach. So totally my job. She's sitting out in an activity center right next to me, and I'm like, she's real bored, but I can't do anything. Yep, I'm gonna pull up Netflix on my phone, put on her show, and just hand it to her. And I was like, I've become that parent.
Right.
How dare you just bring your kid out in public and just hand him the tablet for 2 hours instead of just talking to him or whatever. And I'm like, I got work to do here. Shut up.
Yeah.
And then I went through while also getting everything ready for the show. I deleted pretty much everything off of my tablet that I have. And I went on Netflix and downloaded every episode of the show she likes to watch. And it's essentially going to become her tablet. Just
right.
So if we're in the car and we need a distraction, got it.
Oh yeah, dude. I'll never forget. I was sitting there, and I remember going to Shamagaucho once, and this couple were sitting there with both kids have tablets and they're eating and stuff like that. And I think my dad had made a comment about it, and it wasn't like a negative, like, look at these people, blah, blah, blah. But it was more like these motherfuckers, like, they get to come and enjoy a really good meal. And back then we couldn't do that. Although we were never overacting like in restaurants. My dad was always like one of those, like, I'm gonna only tell you this once, kind of person.
It's like
that. Like,
kids nowadays, they have tablets. Kids 20 years ago, they got beat.
Yeah.
I would have taken a tablet.
Yeah. My dad always tells a story about being at like some party or some restaurant and then there was other kids, and the kid is just acting like a damn idiot, and we're just looking at the kid like, what is wrong with you? You're at a restaurant.
Hey, 2-year-old, do you not know where you're at? This is
Right.
Lobster Fest.
Right?
Show some class.
Oh, there you go. Your mom said I didn't have a tablet, but I gave you a Game Boy.
I earned that Game Boy, okay? I got my throat cut open.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
a vicious procedure that I've never recovered from.
Is it your tonsils?
Yeah.
Tonsils suck, dude.
Yeah, well, they got me a Game Boy, which I still have, and it still
You had to
works.
be bribed to get your tonsils taken out?
No, I was given it as a present of saying, boy, sure sucks that you went through it. Here you go.
Shit, I remember my tonsils taken out. I think it was over Thanksgiving, so I got to watch other people eat.
Oh, that's awesome.
I didn't get anything. I didn't get a Game Boy. I just got all right, go to bed.
Yeah, well, Patrick, I'm a
Walk it
winner.
off.
So that's good to do for
Walk
this
it off.
week.
Yeah, that's good. So, on that note, that's good. Where are they going to find us online?
On that note, fuck Patrick.
Right?
All right. You can find us individually on Twitter at Hungry as a Bear. That's me. At Patrick News 42.
That's me.
You can follow the video version of this podcast on Facebook and YouTube by searching for Stupid Talking Stupid. Go ahead and just share it with your friends and share it on your timeline and
Share
go to people's houses. Just open it up and open up every single, like if you go to our YouTube page, just click on every single episode on different tabs. Just have them all play at once and see what happens. You unlock a prize. I will not tell you what the prize is.
Right.
You have to do it. If the prize doesn't show up, try it again.
Yeah.
Audio version
A couple times
on all the podcast apparati.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you can find us on dvmpe.com.
StupidTalkingStupid.com for all your stupid needs.
Yup. So that's going to do it for this week for Stupid Talking Stupid. We'll be back next week with some more stupid stuff.
You don't know.
Are we going to do the Christmas stuff? Are we going to do like the gifts?
Shut up.
What? I didn't know we were going to do it.
I feel like that's a question you ask off air, so you don't ruin the surprise.
I was
for
just
next
wondering.
Week.
Oh, is that next week? Oh, now you ruined it.
You ruined it.
Somebody's very upset. Oh, Matthew.
What?
Matthew from Australia.
Matthew, you're alive. This is our Australian fan.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know what time it is there, so I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. to be fair, Matthew, we barely know what time it is here. Right. Even when we are supposed to start at 4:00 our time. We started like 5 minutes late today because Patrick's computer was fighting him.
Yes. So there.
But we're glad you made it to the end. And you got oh wow. It is early for you. So you have to get up at 6 a.m. to watch our show. It's very important you do that during the middle of the week and you have work to do. As long as you watch the beginning of the episode, you understand how important it is to get hurt at home immediately when you wake up.
Yep. Anyway, well, glad you made it for the end, Matthew.
Really putting in the effort.
Right? Anyway, for Stupid Talking Stupid, I'm Patrick.
Yeah, I'm Bear.
We'll talk to you later.